6:04, call this meeting to order. We don't have the, do you have the papers? Okay, perfect. I guess we'll start, we'll always start with a roll call, but I always like to start the other way with a pledge of allegiance. I like to go with the pledge of allegiance first. Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Go out there, start with roll call. All right, Monica Salinas.
Here.
Carlos Fernandez. Chuy Olivares. Here. David, no, that's me, Jose Gonzalez. Joe Benavides. Here, I'm sure he'll show up in a little bit. Luis Hinojosa. Here. Rick Laurel. Arturo Dominguez. Here. Emilio Richard. David Puig. Tony Arce. Carlos Martinez, but you're representing.
Okay, Luis Montes de Oca on behalf of Carlos.
Okay. Jorge Cavazos, he's not here.
Martinez.
Okay, Jose Martinez. Jerry Jason Hinojosa. Here. Jerry Maldonado. Here. Good job. Non-voting members it'll be Juan Jose Garcia.
Jesus González.
Okay. Asociación de Gente Nacional de Colombia, Eduardo Villarreal, not here. Then you have Asociación de Transportes de Carga, Pedro Felipe Lozano Martínez. And then Asociación Maquilas, Enrique Morán Romero, not here. All right, roll call. I'm going off memory because we don't have our notes. Do you have a copy of the agenda or anything, or can we get the copy of that or not? Yeah, thanks, sorry about that. And, but I know that, with that being said, I know, do we have any comments that anybody has to?
Do you all need a copy?
Public comment. I have a copy.
You have a copy?
That'd be fine, so.
Can I have one?
Let me, who can make it?
Thank you. Jerry, you came prepared, man. I know, right?
Sorry.
I know, right?
Here.
You have enough, if not.
You want to go?
That's right.
Yeah, well, I gotta, actually, yeah, please. Thank you, sorry about that.
I'm not sending
So unprepared, man. Okay, with that being said, public citizen comments, are there any comments for this meeting?
No, sir.
Well, we had the minutes, we are gonna email it to us, so,
Motion to approve. Second.
okay, any comments, any additional notes, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passes. I know that you asked for the raising of the hands the last time, so we have Arturo Dominguez, motion, Luis, second. So, all right. All right, items for discussion. We'll start off with an updated study concerning the proposal, the bridge toll system increases and any other matters incident thereto.
Good evening, Elsa Hinojosa from your Laredo Bridge System. And reviewing this with management, they're still reviewing, they're compiling all the efficiency studies that are being done for all the departments, especially for bridge. At the moment, we hope that we have something by December. They still haven't finalized any any proposed bridge toll system increases. They continue to review every scenario that might affect any of the stakeholders. They want to be sure that what they're doing. They just want to make sure that they cross-reference every and pinpoint anything that might affect stakeholders. So hopefully by December they'll have a finalized bridge toll system increase. So at the moment there's nothing yet.
And with that being said, I know that it's something that we're kind of hoping to sit there and see, and hopefully we can participate in some of the study as well. At least offer our comments, take into consideration, you know, I know that they're talking about a bridge increase of height. And we've had, 15, 20 years of success since 2009 after the recession. And so I know with 5% growth almost on a yearly basis, so we know we've exceeded our numbers, the money has come in exceeding that amount. But we're having some downtime right now, and it's not the best time, we would like to say as an industry leader, to sit there and say it's not the best time for our industry to take a hit. I think we should all share the pain within all the communities and within all the industries that we have within the city of Laredo. But, you know, that's just my humble opinion, and hopefully I can kind of express, and maybe some of our members would like to comment on that right now. But if not, just to make sure that we get included in some of this dialogue whenever we start doing continue the study moving forward with this.
And we do want to make sure that any increase that we do take into account the system that you all have, any contracts, any agreements, any deadlines that you have. It would also be taken into consideration. That's why they're making a very thorough study of any possible increases. So, but possibly until December, we will have a final something to bring you for the Port of Entry for review and for your consideration and recommendation.
Thank you. So would anybody else like to make a comment here?
I just want to ask a question. Is there, in the study, will the study show the main reason why an increase is needed?
Yes,
Yeah.
it will.
Thank you, Luis. All right. Moving along, update and discussion of the audit conducted to the roadside toll system for accuracy, results for reliable metric and key performance indicators, and any other matters incident thereto.
For that item number 2, we got on the second week of October, we received a recommendation from Fagan Toll Road System Study. They did an audit and they provided some information on this. They audited 1,220 reports or crossings were audited. And the data that they provided is that on our end, they were missing 2 critical fields, which is the transaction ID and the manual versus automatic tag read indicator. These fields were essential for an accurate audit. Transport generated supplemental spreadsheets that included them. And based on this audit, they recommended that it is important to note that no single system report currently provides both transaction IDs and manual scan indicators together. This limitation is precisely when independent audit was necessary. Without it, management would have an incomplete view of roadside transaction performance. This audit was deliberately scoped as a first phase focus on roadside operations, since this area had never been subject to a third-party verification. Beginning with roadside ensures that the most critical part of the tolling process, the initial capture of transactions, is validated before expanding to the front office and other operational areas. The results establish reliable metrics and baseline key performance indicators that can serve as benchmarks for performance monitoring and will also support accountability in the upcoming renewal of the Transport Maintenance Agreement. So this audit was necessary. We're about to review the contract for a current toll system vendor, which is Transcor. We want to make sure we include any necessary indemnifications for the city. So the contract will be reviewed and revised accordingly. And also for any data information that we need access to as well. This is sometimes the reason why we have issues on making changes to the system, because we don't have access to the data as well. So we would need to review carefully, also including legal and management, to make any changes to the agreement with the Transcor. So, and we will ensure that this critical fields, which is the transaction ID and manual versus automatic tag rate indicators are taken care of on the toll roadside.
This has al-
Yeah, please.
this has already been requested.
We just got the audit a week and a half ago. We got the report and all that good stuff from Fagan Company. So we would need to meet with Transcor in order to review this.
We love to see how long they're going to take to do that.
Right.
Thank you.
But at least we have something that we can work on, and we need to revise the agreement. We can include some good information.
Thank you.
All right. We'll move right along. Bridge staff reports.
For your bridge staff report, we know we were, all August and September, we had the campaign for U-turns, and as of, in August, it did reduce by 121 for that month. We saw a minor increase of 6 U-turns in total for the month of September, which is 115 for your World Trade and 12 for Colombia. Those stayed the same with 12 for a total of combined U-turns of 127. Compared to August, we had 121. We're keeping on educating the industry Now that we got our new fiscal year and new monies, we're gonna try to implement and educate more and order banners, order more notices. Any signs that we need to order, we're gonna do that before we go into an extreme change or starting to charge any higher fees, So one of the recommendations we were thinking, let's try to educate them for the last 3 months, on our end. We're trying. Now that we have our new fiscal monies, we were able to buy more, not promotional, but more flyers, more banners and all that good stuff. And if that doesn't work, then they will be considered repeat, not offenders, I don't want to use that word, but repeat companies that don't comply with having the available funding. So we would do maybe try to let them cross, but have a first time fee, second, third, and then we'll suspend if they don't comply. So it's not that we're gonna do it, but we're trying to educate them as we go before we go into start charging other fees. So if there's any other recommendations, they're welcome. We're trying to educate them as we go. And we are trying to have a zero total of U-turns. But again, we try to educate them, have your funds available. We already tried, as I mentioned it, to do away and they don't have access to remove the credit cards, the auto replenish. We're trying on our end. But if the companies don't meet us halfway, there's only so much we can do to educate them. We don't want to go to the extreme that we have to charge all these extra fees, for them to comply. But it will work if we will let them cross, but we will be charging fees first time, second time, third time, then we'll suspend. It's something that we can look into, or if there are any recommendations that you can provide us, they're welcome.
Excellent. Just for the record, quick, I want to acknowledge Rick Lavelle coming to the meeting right now. So.
Thank you.
One of the recommendations that we had when we started this was for the police to give them a ticket. It's a $320-something ticket, impeding traffic.
Okay,
And that would go the fourth offense or something like that.
okay.
That'll probably hit.
We'll look into that. Thank you.
Just a recommendation.
So,
After the fourth offense? Third offense?
If it's the same company.
we're working on analysis for these U-turns as well, and we'll provide that to you all. And to finish up, you have your total of your combined U-turns with a total of insufficient funds collected of $15,212, a minor increase from August for $961.25. Followed by that, you have your graph, which we're working on it and revamping this graph. As you can see, we're running out of space. So we'll revamp this graph so you can have a better visual of the total number of U-turns.
Those reports weren't attached to the email. Can you send it to us after the meeting?
This one?
Yes, I don't have it on my email. I don't know if
I did send it.
Yes.
Yes, I
Is
did.
there a reason why they're not printed anymore?
That was what you all had requested.
We asked them to be emailed to us before the meeting, and we all get them on the email.
Yeah.
But if you want us to print it, we'll
No,
print it.
No, that's
I
fine.
do have the email. I don't see
We have the
the
email,
file.
we'll bring them if we need.
Okay, we'll bring
It
extra
was there?
copies if you want us
Then
to.
it's mine.
Yes. The second item, any questions on the report?
Any questions on the?
I'm not, I guess I have a comment on the whole police one, because that would be for the driver. I'm not sure it's the driver's fault if his boss does not have money on the account. Maybe we focus on punishing the company and not the actual driver, because the driver could be left all on his own, and you got a ticket, you have to pay for it, and it's not technically his fault. So I would be careful with the
Okay.
police giving a driver a ticket for the company, his employer not having funds or not having a credit card on file. In my opinion,
Drivers.
that's,
Drivers also get fined from CBP and not the companies, so I mean,
for not having funds?
no, not the funds,
We're
but
talking about funds,
I know,
so
but
the
we're talking
funds
about,
part.
we're talking about that the drivers take responsibility of the truck. And if there's a fine because of the goods by CBP, the driver gets the fine, not the company. I don't mind a driver getting a fine, we'll make sure that the funds are
I do mind if
there.
a driver gets a fine. In my opinion, that's not fair for the driver. That's not fair for the driver.
true.
He's employed by me, and I don't go put money in the account, and then he gets a $300 ticket because I didn't do my job. That's,
Take care of your driver.
Even they get damage on their
care of your
record, right?
Yeah.
Their personal
Yeah.
record.
That would make you take care of your drivers and make sure the funds are there, no?
I don't have an issue with U-turns myself, but where am I going here with is it's not fair for the transfer driver to get a ticket, in my opinion, for something that's completely out of his control. If he's driving with a flat tire, then that's different. If he's driving with a broken headlight, then he should have checked that. But the funds at the bridge not being there, I don't think that's fair for the driver, in my opinion.
You know, and to Rick's point, I know that we've had discussions with CBP where we want to also put teeth to the company as well because the driver can switch off. So customers also work on language to kind of go after the company. So I support your recommendation.
I agree too, but
Yeah.
in that case, maybe put the truck out of service.
We have the
Sure the owner
association,
will appreciate
we have the association here that
Sí,
can
yo,
speak for them too.
yo creo que es importante que sí no tiene nada que ver una cosa de los cruces con que se nos ponche una llanta o cualquier cosa, ¿no? Que son cosas separadas. Definitivamente sí es nuestra responsabilidad traer nuestros equipos en buenas condiciones, pero sí separarlo, ¿no? Yo creo que no tiene nada que ver una cosa con otra, ¿no? Y que el ticket sea meramente para, pues en este caso, si es para el operador, pues para el operador, ¿verdad? Dependiendo de lo que sea, pero no responsabilizar a toda la empresa, ¿no?
If I may, y les traeremos más recomendaciones. We'll bring you more recommendations aside from that and we'll.
So that contradicts what you're saying.
El comentario es, si llega un camión al puente y su cuenta de su patrón, o sea, él es chofer, no tiene dinero, que le den un ticket al chofer que él tiene que pagar y es responsable la policía.
No, yo creo que tiene que ser la empresa, ¿no? Si lo despachas, tiene que ser. Sí, claro.
Sí, que mi comentario era que el ticket no debe ser para el operador, pues el que control tiene de los funds del que sea la empresa, al que nos enfoquemos en la empresa, porque al final del día pues la empresa es la responsable de asegurarse de que
Sí,
haya
de los
dinero en el
fondos-
puente.
de los fondos, sí, claro,
Exactamente,
totalmente.
porque si le empezamos a dar los tickets al chofer, pues la empresa le puede decir, oye, pues te lo dieron a ti.
Claro.
Sí, pero yo...
Can a company get ticketed?
I'll double check. Let me check with Port Police.
Sí hay tickets
¿Para empresas?
Sí.
¿Del policía?
Sí,
Pues no sé, por eso es la
Yeah,
pregunta.
I'll get an answer. Yo
Sí.
verifico con
Legal
el
department,
departamento
yeah,
de.
Sí, es
Please.
como cuando pasaron fuera de servicio o algo en el puente, también nos dan tickets a las empresas y vamos como empresa a pagarlo con el juez, ¿no?
So they can get a ticket.
I will verify and bring that information to you, or I can email it to you.
Thank you.
All right. So we're already at other business now. So, empty truck signage?
Yes. We decided to break down and include, instead of just having a blank other business, we wanted to include what we were gonna talk about for the record. So, under the truck signage, brought you some. On Port Police, I know they had, we had a meeting with TxDOT and got some information and requests on the truck signage. We were working on the agreement currently. These are some of the information we got from them. Currently, the agreement, it's gonna be a donation, is being reviewed by our legal department as well. We wanna make sure that the verbiage is correct. And it will be a total of $23,000, $166. On the TxDOT side, for I-69, Bridge will be paying for those signs. And this is what they recommended, to place the signs. And, so y'all can see it. And the right team can help.
Ahí está.
Ahí está.
It's too small. You can't see it. See? So it's gonna be a total of 2 large signs in 2 different gantries and 2 smaller ones, English and Spanish. They provided, it's gonna be 2 overhead signs in the gantries and 1 ground-mounted sign in English and Spanish. And let me show you. This is what TxDOT provided. That's the first overhead sign in the gantry, the second one, which is in English and Spanish, and then you have the third overhead sign.
Can you raise that up? Yeah.
Yeah, move up the paper.
Yeah.
Higher.
There
Yes.
There you go.
there you go.
Thank you.
So this would be a total of $23,000, which will be coming off from bridge funds. Currently, like I told you, the agreement is being reviewed by legal. There's some verbiage that it will be a donation agreement. We're pending some information from TechStop what they mean by donation of the space in the gantry. So they will be providing that information. We just emailed today, Mr. Montoya, to clarify that for legal. But the project is moving forward on the I-69.
I have a question, if you don't mind, if you can leave the picture up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is traffic going south into Mexico, correct?
Yes.
So do you not still have those two barriers at the right before the toll booths where everybody has to come
Line up.
together? There's only two.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have that?
Well, I will show you right now on the end on the horseshoe, we're also making some changes to those. That's a
Okay.
different cost on the horseshoe. I'll show you
Because
right now.
You
I
get
think
the
in the horseshoe,
U-turn.
it's your cost, and this
Correct.
is, this
But we're
is,
gonna pay also for that.
'Cause
They're
you
only
get-
helping us with the design, since we have to follow their protocol with design, the lettering, the colors. But we're still paying for this one, plus the other ones in the horseshoe. and
When you
the
said
gantry.
they take that or who?
TechStop. TechStop just provided the review and approval, the specs, correct.
Yes, yes.
But Rich is still paying for those 23,000, plus the ones in the horseshoe and the gantry on our side, we're still paying for that. And I'll give you the total amount for those.
Thank you.
Two different costs, but we will pay for those two. So that's on the I-69. Let me show you the ones by the horseshoe. I just wanted to give you an update that the project's moving forward. On the horseshoe, I know I had showed you the signs. Let me see if I put it in there. We did install, we were gonna install in the horseshoe 4 different signs in English and Spanish, and then in the gantry as well. I was gonna say, let me see if I brought it. I don't think I brought them, I apologize. But the ones on the horseshoe on that end, they already were installed in English and Spanish, and in the gantry as well, the sign. The only thing that's pending, and we're working with traffic, it's the lettering on the road. So hopefully, I believe they were requesting, I don't know if it's the paint or anything that was behind, but they'll be working with us with traffic to paint that. But on the horseshoe on our end, the signs have been installed, as it was requested by Port Police as well.
And they pay them with the U-turn money? No.
No alcanza. We just started a new fiscal year. We just started a new fiscal year. So we haven't gotten those 15,000. Yeah, and they're not appropriated yet. So whenever we get any monies from U-turns, we will need to go to council and appropriate the funds. So, but it has been paid and worked on. Pending would be the ones on I-69, just to give you an update. To give another update on the proposed driveway, which is, you had TechStop here, and they said it was not feasible to use that Riverbank Road, which it was going to be a cost of $92,000, and if approved, right now it would have been more. So I know engineering has been working with CBP as well. They provided the proposed locations. You can see it. So engineering has been emailing with CBP. The blue square with the X, that's where they recommended.
That's where they want it.
Yeah. So as per engineering, it's still under review what the CBP recommended. They need to identify if there's any constraints that they might have on any improvements. They're going to evaluate the 3 locations, the costs, and if there's any obstructions of the signs for any visibility, if there will be any signs to be relocated. So engineering will provide an answer or an update once they have reviewed the proposed location. But they will review in all 3, and they will let us know if what CBP recommends is feasible or not.
In the last broker meeting that we had, I spoke to Mr. Del Rio and the persons that are looking at this, and they said they're not going to accept the other 2, just the one, the X. They know it's the most expensive one, but because of security, that's where they would like to see that.
so that's outside the gate, right?
It goes right exactly to the
Right in front of the globe,
parking lot.
right where the globe's like,
Right, right where the globe
Yeah.
is, which is a little bit uneven, and that's what makes it a little bit expensive, but because of security, that's what they wanted. That's what they mentioned,
So
that's what they told me.
engineering would review the costs and provide, maybe a preliminary on how much it would cost.
Then the cost would be coming from us, right? From
Bridge
the-
will be paying for that as well. Yeah.
When we do a state plate.
Plate sale.
So the third item, I just wanted to give you an update on the border waiting time measurement system. We know we brought it to you, we took it to council, it was approved. The agreement is still under text.site. It hasn't been finalized. That's the reason they haven't been able to mount those sensors. So we've been emailing them every week for an update, so it's still on their end to finalize the agreement.
Did they respond at least, or they just?
They just say it's under review. You know, so once the agreement's finalized, we're just waiting for their signature. Mayor already signed. It's been signed by management. We're just pending text signature to move forward.
Thank you.
Number 5, update on Bridge Department monthly meetings and associations. I just want to make sure that we understand and answer your questions and provide you with all of the information on any meetings, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I misunderstand it or not. So we had 2 meetings back in, and it was for a binational meeting between Tamaulipas, and I believe most of y'all were present there. And it was just a binational meeting for the World Trade Bridge update and to make sure we have that support from both cities, or from both Nuevo Laredo and Laredo, and anything to move forward for the World Trade Bridge expansion. And that one was also called by the mayor. Bridge only provides the facility, the room, the conference room. The other meeting that we had, and it was not called a meeting that we called in, it was also called by the mayor on September 17th. And these are not meetings that Bridge is, coming up with any meetings that we want to leave out people. That's not the reason. So, but I can give you a list of all the meetings that we've had, if that would work. I know we met with Economic Development from Nuevo Laredo, Departamento de Economía de Desarrollo. We met on September 8th. And this is just to have a binational collaboration on any conferences that they attend in Tamaulipas. They will invite us and have a booth for us. And we wanted to do an agreement as well to do the same thing and invite them as well. That's the only meeting we had. Any other conferences that we've attended, Viva Fresh, CAREM, NASCO. Currently, we have staff at the Global Produce in Anaheim. There was another one with Sencomex, and that was attended by CBB. There's another one coming up.
If I can clarify, I
Yes.
brought this point up.
Yes.
And all those CVBs and all those meetings, that's not what I meant. I meant like meetings like the one that you just mentioned that some of us were at.
Correct.
Like, I think a lot of us should have been invited to that. Is your meeting or the mayor's meeting? I'm trying to bring up meetings that are trade relevant. Like I know that the city has meetings with COMSE and with the Transportistas de Nuevo Laredo and all, and those are meetings that interest me for this particular board, that either it gets reported to us and so we can be up to date, because I get asked on those meetings sometimes and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Correct.
And whether we get invited or not, that's not up to you, or if it is, I hope you would extend that invitation. But it's just keeping us informed on trade meetings. CVB is totally different, that they have their own board that they report to, so.
Yeah, no, makes sense. And what we're gonna do, any meetings that the mayor calls in, that's on them, right? And if they want to invite us or not, we just provide the facility.
Correct.
But I know we've had just meetings with COMSE, Noreste, and other meetings with CBP, but because of the shutdown, they were canceled. So that's why I haven't brought it up to you, because there were some meetings to be held in October 23rd through the 26th, another one through the 27th, 28th, but they were canceled because of the government shutdown. But that one was gonna be with COMSE Noreste and CBP, and I will bring them up to you once we're gonna have the meetings, but one of them was gonna be WebEx. The other ones are mainly tours that they want to facilitate, and you know, when there's tours on CBPs northbound, they have to be vetted and they need their approval and all that good stuff. But we'll bring you anything that we're trying to do, any meetings, we'll bring them up to you. And of course, we'll extend an invite to you.
I was invited by the state of Tamaulipas.
You're not invited?
I was invited by the
Oh,
state
yeah.
of Tamaulipas.
So that's the one we had with the mayor and everyone there. That's why I said most of y'all were there. But any meetings that are not a call from Bridge, you know, we don't have a say or so. But any other meetings that we will start having with the industries, of course, we will invite you all.
I was just going to add to Rick's point there. There's a lot of like the MPO does tip project selection, and so I think that'd be important for the industry to identify. They get a vote which projects should be higher priority, and so they're always looking for industry input. And a lot of times it's either sparse or it's either here or there. So maybe something from the MPO reaching out to when there's project selections or freight studies that are coming up, that they reach out to the committee or at least present to us, so that way there's that collaboration, because there's funds being spent and it's not only city fund, it's regional funding. So I think just that's kind of what you were talking about, right? Being
Correct.
active in-
Yeah, to be active, because our council members come and ask us, and we're not in the know. They're all like, well, then
What are you doing?
what are you guys doing? What are you guys reviewing? What are you guys up to? We just, like, there's a lot of things that if our council members are gonna find out,
Correct.
that we should know so that we can
Okay. And we'll
lead
do
it
that.
down.
We did attend an LJA board meeting last minute. It was the first one that we were invited because they had an item on the Columbia Bridge expansion, and an MPO one that they also invited us. We had never been invited within the past 6 months. They forgot to invite Bridge Department. So last week we attended our first MPO because they were gonna talk about Columbia Bridge expansion.
In the RMA.
Correct, the Army. So we will bring that information to you all. If you want us to keep you updated on what meetings we attend, then, and the
Well,
outcome.
more than anything, like Rick says, just offer an invitation to us, especially the WebEx or Zoom. I mean, it's a lot easier to attend, it's just to dial in more than anything else. If we are capable, if not, designate somebody here to attend. But on top of that, as advisors, we just sit there, we have our own information that we provide, and we're kind of reaching out for our industry as well, so.
I mean, even if the mayor calls a meeting or somebody else other than Bridge, I mean, you guys can offer input on ask if you can invite somebody from the board, can't you?
Well, if they let us know with ample time, there's times that they tell us from one day to another, oh, we're having a meeting, we're gonna use your conference room. So that's out of our hands. But if we know with ample time, of course, we'll request an invite.
I know that on a
If I
monthly.
may, if I
I'm
may,
sorry.
so LMCA en Canacar, en ATC, tuvimos una junta con management and the mayor, tocando el tema de los bridge toll increases. Y fue una junta que organizamos nosotros como transportistas. Las tres entidades que representan transporte estaban presentes en la mesa. Y nosotros lo organizamos, nosotros lo invitamos a la gente que invitamos y solamente lo enfocamos la primera junta en transportistas. Y fue la conversación que tuvimos con management y con el mayor. Se tocaron varios temas. Uno de los más importantes es la resolution de 1998 que dice que el 50% de los bridge tolls se tienen que ir al general fund. Esa es una de las cosas que le pedimos a la ciudad y al management, que sacaran ese papelito y lo revisáramos. Eso es importante. ¿Por qué? Porque si el puente ocupa dinero para mantenerse, pues primero hay que cuidar el puente con el dinero del puente.
What year was that, Jerry?
1998. It was a resolution from 1998. And it's still active today.
Not followed.
No, it is, 100% to the
They actually
T.
increased it.
50% of the bridge tolls yearly, whether it's $1 or 80 million, goes to the general fund because of that resolution. And the comments,
50? And the other 50?
it's kept to the bridge.
Operation expenses.
It's kept for the
Keep
bridge,
$40 million?
for their operation costs, their expenses, everything that they do.
26,000 on that.
So, pero no completas con la mitad ahorita, con los renovations, todo lo que tienen que hacer, las cosas, todo el staff, incluyéndome a mí. I have a W-2 job. I expect a raise every year, right?
yeah.
And so does everybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the bridge also
We
expects a
have
raise.
cost of living expenses,
So-
materials and supplies. And
That original meeting was set up to have the initial conversation with the management and the mayor. And there will be follow-up meetings, of course. Once we feel it's appropriate to bring other people into the table, we'll definitely extend the invitation. But that was not organized by the bridge, that was not organized
That's fine.
by the Port of Entry, that was organized by LMCA, ATC, and Canacar.
Y también se propusieron formas diferentes de recaudar. Por ejemplo, lo que propusimos ahí, que en California pusieron un costo para todos los que vamos de fuera del estado, cobran $200 por entrar.
Sí.
Entonces, en lugar de subir el puente, ¿por qué no buscar nuevas formas de recaudar? Ese es un ejemplo. En California les valió y ahora todos los carros con placas de fuera de California tenemos que pagar. Entonces, pues puede ser también algo de opciones para acá, para Texas, poder hacer algo. El 30, y sacaron números que el 30% de los camiones que circulan en Laredo diario son camiones fuera del estado. O sea,
I think your company said it's not even from Texas either, right?
I'm Iowa plated, 100%.
Y yo creo que también entran muchísimos camiones que no tienen ni terminal ni nada aquí, nomás vienen, dejan mercancía, agarran otra y se van y no pagan ni uso de puerto.
nada.
Que ese es uno de los cargos que vimos hace mucho para empezar el Port Authority, que perdió, con eso empezaron a
Y más que
recaudar.
California ya lo hicieron, ¿no? Digo, es importante ver que ya hay un ejemplo. A lo mejor, digo, lo tendría que hacer Texas, pero buscar que Laredo y Texas se unan ahí en que la recaudación se venga para acá. ¿verdad?
Pero se puede, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry, but I mean, the state of New Mexico and the state of Kentucky charge trucks for crossing their properties without stopping there, right? I mean,
So we have to pay a NIFTA, but it's a diesel tax. Es
Millas contra galones.
Sí.
O sea,
right, but it's a tax because you're crossing through their state. In other words, I mean, I know that there's specifics, but the end game is you're crossing my state. I need to fix my state because you're using it. That's what we should be focused on. I don't know if it could be done on a county basis or a city municipality basis, because
Fue una conversación muy sana, muy positiva,
Sí, claro.
y se tocaron temas también con mucho respeto antes de decir vamos a subir los puentes porque nos falta dinero, ya revisamos en qué podemos ahorrar dinero. Ese tema también se tocó. Si lo han hecho o no, pues ya está en la mesa. So, nosotros, yo en lo personal, I negotiate for a living. Everybody at the table runs and operates a company, and believe me, we were very careful to make sure they understood that a business is a business, y a veces hay cosas que pues no se ocupan y hay que recortar en esto y en lo otro. Y lo que sí se ocupa o lo que te genera más dinero, pues es prioridad al final del día. So, el World Trade Bridge, Columbia Bridge, es prioridad. Y si algo les falta, si se descompone una luz o algo, eso tiene prioridad. Y fueron los comentarios. Fue una junta muy, muy positiva en mi punto de vista.
claro.
I know the Laredo motor carriers, they're always very proactive instead of reactive, so it's good information that you provide, Jerry, so.
Thank you.
is that something that this board should maybe push to council before it gets pushed onto us? Like something in writing that we all agree that it should be a toll for a port user fee for out of town?
There's a study being made by the city, from what I understand, in regards to, they have to, of course, at the end of the day, it's math, it's numbers, right? The guy that's balancing the budget says, me falta dinero, me sobra dinero, ¿verdad? So if they are missing money, they need extra funds, and they have to figure out ways to get the funds. One of the proposed historically has been, where can we get more money from quickly, right? Bridge tolls. They did it in 2017.
Right.
I remember.
Yet if you ask them, they say they haven't done it in
No,
30 years.
it's in the record there. They did it. So this time the conversation was led more to, if there is a need to increase rates, if we get that far, what is the proposal? Is it just to continue to fund the general fund? Is that we don't feel that's fair for the industry.
No.
Right? We don't feel that's fair. So if there's a need to increase things, maybe there's going to be a need to increase it because now we have to pay for better infrastructure of Mines Road. Then that's a conversation that we can very openly have, and it sounds a little bit better than you're going to get a bridge increase nomás por.
I think, I mean, there's a lot of different industries represented here. So, I mean, I think it would mean a lot if we were to do a proclamation or something that we can send the city to say, all of these industries are in agreement that we should be looking into a toll system for a port user fee for transportation companies that are not based in Laredo or Webb County.
Gotta go back to,
That could be something you word up, you gotta be careful.
No,
Let
definitely.
me explain why.
And
California-
the wording is the details, but I'm talking about all of these industries in agreement with the correct wording.
So as you mentioned, the company I represent is Iowa-based, corporate in Iowa, but we are also 100% owner-operators, right? California passed a law 2 years ago where they don't allow any trucking company based out of California to employ owner-operators. They only want them to have company drivers for tax purposes because they want to collect money from the W-2s. So what do companies do nationwide? You choose to or not to go wherever you want to. The company I represent, we don't go to California because we don't like their laws and we don't like the way they behave. So other companies could start looking at Laredo that way. So I would be careful with what we're trying to accomplish here. You know, and everybody's free to do what they want, but the company I represent, I don't go to California for that reason, because they don't want owner-operators. They don't like owner-operators.
Right, but
And I choose not to do it.
so those are external companies, but wouldn't that boost the local companies to give them more business?
I hope so.
No, you gotta think both ways also, Jerry, because the LMCA is local.
Yes, we are local, but I was using that example to say that a change in some regulation in a state, companies can react both positive and negatively. And that is a negative reaction that we took as a company towards California. But there's still trucking companies that go to California every day, don't get me wrong.
just not you guys.
It's just not me.
Well, I know, and the one thing to remember, Rick, we are an advisory committee. We can make recommendations. We're not gonna sit there and say.
They're all advisory. Everything's an advice. Nothing is set in stone. But at least it's one word, one message.
As long as we got the participation level, so I'm glad that we got that on the record, so thanks, appreciate that. We'll move along.
So, on number 6, bridge closure policy implementation, we want to make sure we bring you any items that were approved at any council meeting, any changes that we're up to. We've had a lot of requests for bridge closure for events. So we wanted to make sure we have something, a structure, you know, so we did a resolution. It was approved on October 6th council meeting, and it's just creating an application, creating some policies and procedures, and to make sure that the events are coordinated and requested with ample time, 60 days in advance, and this is to indemnify the city of any incidents or accidents that might happen at those events. This had never been done. There was nothing in place. So we would have those people, for example, the WBC El Abrazo, International Women's Day, any requests, they will need to apply 60 days in advance. Currently, the resolution is being reviewed by legal, and it must be signed by the mayor as well before we execute it. And everything will be uploaded on the website, the City of Laredo Bridge Department website. And any events that require a bridge closure, we need to fill out the application and abide by the policies. Why? Because there's a cost. Every time we close the bridge for 30 minutes, an hour, 2, 3, or 4, there's a loss in revenues. So we just wanted to make sure we account for that. And the meetings are that are requested, they don't intertwine, you know, with the dates. So.
Go ahead, Nicole.
The 9/11 Customs still closes the bridge, you know, in their event, the
Yeah,
9/11
it was
event.
from, I believe, I don't want to let you, 6:30 to, it was like an hour. So.
But it's just one bridge, right? They just want to.
Both, southbound, north and southbound,
Yeah,
but,
just bridge number 2.
correct, bridge number 2.
And
So,
they know about this resolution thing.
yeah, but we hadn't approved this yet.
Oh,
This was approved October 6th, that was September 11th. So now, once it's executed and signed, we will upload everything and we will be providing the information to those entities that usually request a bridge closure. So we will send an email and we'll let them know that this has been approved. So on another note, I know I didn't include it here, but it's something simple. We've had a lot of requests for bridge tours from CBP or also from on our end southbound. So we just created something minor, an application. You know, let us know the company agency that's requesting the bridge tour. If it has to do with CBP and the operations, you know, we have to follow CBP's structure as well. So it's just an application to keep track. And the same thing, if they were getting out of hand. And we're like, you need to let us know with ample time so we can, and also have a waiver. This hadn't been done. Something happens, who's liable if there's an accident or an incident to the people that are touring. So it's just, this one has been uploaded on the system. We didn't go through a resolution because it's just a simple application of who's visiting. Yes.
I think you should download it right now for the meantime because it's shut down, the tours. They're not
Yeah, it's
getting
already
any
uploaded.
tours, they're not giving.
But that's just
outreach.
customs, you're talking bridge tour, that's different, right?
Bridge and customs, we had a couple of them that they were,
Denied?
CBP was not gonna move forward because of the shutdown, so they decided, okay, well then can the city give me the tour just on your side
Okay.
to view the operation?
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's shut down, they're not giving tours, outreach,
Yeah,
training, anything.
yeah, they're not, but then they're like, okay, then we don't want it northbound, can you give us southbound? Just, we can get a tour of the operations on the city side.
And is that gonna require a 60-day timeframe as well, or will that be kind of immediate?
30 days in
30
advance.
days on that?
Yes.
Sometimes a little bit shorter timeframe is required, is there exemptions to that certain that, or
If we don't have any other applications with the same dates.
we can work with you guys? huh?
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
good,
So everything has been uploaded for that.
thank you.
I want to apologize, I skipped the World Trade Expansion Project monthly update number 4. Any questions? Do you have on that
We're
report?
still on record, right?
Still on track?
Yes, we're currently on the 90% on the environmental assessment. We're just waiting for that FONSI finding of non-significant to be approved. You know, and I repeat on those Texas horn show mussels, and it's only 10 of them. So we're still waiting. It's at 90%, but the rest, the PSNE is still moving forward. We're still having those meetings with GSA, you know, CBP, and we're moving forward with that project.
We got the report in our package.
Okay. Any questions on that? Okay. And off the record, if I may, I just want to give an announcement. I'm very proud to say and proud of our bridge department. We're going to have an International Bridge Week. It's never been done, and it was approved, and we should be having it next year, April 13th through the 17th. We'll have different events. On Monday, the proclamation. We would like to have also the ribbon cutting of the World Trade Bridge Admin Building as well. And other events, we would like to have maybe a truck expo, and then on a Sunday, we're planning to have a 5K run, which this would also generate some funds. So we want to try to do something new and promote our bridge, you know, the same as other ports does it. And we're very happy to say that we will have the first International Bridge Week.
Go to Mines Road.
And then do the race on top of the bridge again.
No, so we already have, we plan to do it by Pedregal Street, you know, downtown. So it's something new, never been done, so we're happy to let you know what we're
Very good.
doing.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Any other questions?
Well, you know what, there's some new business, I wasn't bringing it up for next month, but I was talking to the mayor's son, Victor, and he made reference that there's a study out that they're trying to sign the signature on, that the CO2 emissions are a little bit higher than normal, even though they have all those results out, so. He was supposed to provide me information so I could have this on the agenda, but he didn't do it, so I'm working on that right now. And I think that the council has approved this study. It's a big paper, big document, but they're reviewing that. So I'm gonna bring it up for next month. Hopefully we can have some information on that. But I know that we have all these monitors out there. And he was asking for more information. I go, we're not gonna support that, especially the trucking industry, that we've already been to this discussion before. But this is something that they're reviewing right now. And I think the council approved. So once I get the literature on this, I wanna share that with you so we can kind of move forward with that. So we can kind of prepare ourselves, so we can have a discussion and kind of, if we need a debate, we debate in a manner that we can kind of move forward in the direction that we need, if we feel is appropriate, so.
Is it my understanding is that our pollution levels are within normal ranges?
That's the thing about it.
Lower.
They were lower than
not-
normal range,
They're
but.
not even in alert status, so why would
But
we?
it's a state study that came out that said we were higher, even though we have proof that we were lower. So we gotta take a look at this so we can make sure we can take a proper defense on this one here.
It's the same
And
thing.
Victor provided this to me, and I told him, give me the literature so I can give it for the agenda item. But, you know, we both got busy and I was traveling, so I gotta follow up on this, but I want you to take a look at it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because with the data that we've seen shows that we are.
Everything's in our favor, except for this report, it's on a state level, it says that we're not. And I don't know where they're getting their data from.
That's because they're talking about they were changing their measurement standards. Remember that last meeting?
Well, that's that, but this is something on a state level, and we already have the documented proof that ours is way lower, even at the bridge. But the thing about, I don't know where they got this information, so I wanted to get this, I told him, hey, you gotta share this, so I can share it with the groups, and he said he was willing to, but I just didn't follow up on that. So.
That'd be good to compare because
It is the same organization, the same people?
No, something else. This is something that has already been approved by the council, but we gotta take a look at that one section because he said it's a thick stack of documents. It's like article number 1094 off of, 1,000, 1,000.
It's still the same group that's pushing it.
No, it's something else.
I mean,
But
the air monitor.
the council, they do have those individuals that do want to support that.
Of course.
Well, but it's like other things, if we are not in alert status, let's call it that, if we are compliant, then we are fine.
No, Jerry, and on top of that, what we're doing with the expansions is supposed to bring down the emissions even more because it's not gonna keep stagnant trucks, it's gonna be moving. So it's not like the things are not being done to better it, because I'm not gonna say fix it because it's not broken.
I would want to know also what their end goal is.
Well, bottom line, we gotta get the information
Yeah.
prior to have a discussion because
Exactly.
otherwise we just, But we'll get that more information and we can go further on this one here and get to the weeds. So.
So, for clarification, we need to submit the items a Wednesday prior to the next week's meeting? Is that what you?
So next week, as per state statute, now everything's a month in advance, so next week I will be sending an email as a reminder to add any items.
And when is the deadline then for our next, like before our next meeting, by when?
Like tomorrow, we'll be starting on the minutes, when we used to have 2 weeks. But I will send you the deadlines. I would send you what's the timeline so you can have it there. And that's why we bombard you with emails, reminder because of this. But I will send you the calendar of when everything's.
And just a reminder as well, just to
Well, there's one.
we have to
So-
print our own agenda.
So the agenda needs to be, so let's, for example, today, the meeting was today, the agenda had to be finalized last Wednesday, correct? You had to have everything a week before the
One week
meeting.
before.
1 week
Instead of the
before the-
Friday before, right?
Yes, exactly.
All
So
right.
it's a
That's
whole,
not bad.
a whole week
Not
before.
bad.
I thought it was like 3 weeks.
I wanna pass it over to Luis first. He wants to
Thank
make an
you.
announcement.
Can you help me just project?
Yes, yes.
So there's a way to see it. So on behalf of Carlos Martinez and Alpha and the Mexican Custom Brokers, we're having an event on the 12th of November. You're all invited. And it's a dialogue table. We're bringing people from out of town. Most of them are either in Mexico City or in Washington. They're young, but they're very, very well knowledge in everything that has to do with the relationship between Mexico and the U.S. They're going to be very, very much involved in the next.
Time
Sorry.
next time negotiation, the next time.
The next thing, the negotiation from the USMCA treaty between Mexico and the U.S. and you're all invited. We're going to extend this invitation personally to all of you, but we will be glad if you can come and be with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next meeting?
Schedule, is that it or any additional? Come all right, move right along. Good time too, so. Schedule next meeting date, I guess we're looking at November 19th. Everybody good with that date? All in agreements?
Yes.
All right. November 19th it'll be then. Okay, motion to adjourn, anybody? Do it, raise your hand.
Second.
Not able to second. All right, meeting adjourned.